Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger at dansfish.com. You want to see some fish? Let's look at some fish. Often get the question, what's a good blue rainbow fish? Well, this one. This is the Kamaka rainbow, Melanotinia Kamaka. There's also lacustris if you want blue, but the lacustris get really big. These stay small, and they're gorgeous. They're a light blue with this zinging neon electric white dorsal stripe. I hope it's coming through on a couple of them, like this guy right here. I hope you can see it. I like these in a lower tank because then every time they light up their display stripe, their dorsal stripe, it flashes. Oh yeah, look at this. Hopefully this is showing up. See those males down there that are flashing that bright stripe from their nose up to their dorsal fin, up the top of their body? Look at this guy. He's on fire. That guy's on fire. These stay small. They're going to top out at about 3 inches or so, maybe a tiny bit bigger, so they don't get massive like lacustris. Another nice blue rainbow fish is Chilotharina from Kaliawalum. Hasn't been described yet, but the one from Kaliawalum. Hopefully we'll have some of those to list pretty soon. We have a batch we're getting through quarantine here. But the Kamaka rainbows, I know I'm taking a long time here, but they're putting on a show. And this is one of those tanks that I always find myself stopping at and being like, oh, those are beautiful. You know, I just have to appreciate them. These are spotted angelfish from Rio Nene. These are wild out of the Rio Nene River. They're nice big adult size. You can see those nice long ventral fins that you would expect in a wild angelfish of this type. They've been hardy. They're not shy anymore. They're coming out begging for food all the time. These are well socialized fish. And you can see those dark spots on the body, which give them their name. Sorry, sometimes I have to stop talking just because I'm looking at the fish and I'm like, those are amazing. Like, I just concentrate on the beauty of the fish and I forget to talk. I'm doing it again. Anyway, I'll move on. All right, what I'm going to show you now is a very special fish. It's probably the rarest fish we have here at the moment. It's this. It's like, well, let me just show you. It's called Adopocylus. We don't know the species, but it was collected from the Congo River in Kinsuka Pecure, and it's in the pipe here. It's basically like Africa's version of a Plecostomus. I need to do a health check, so I'm going to get in there and get it out of the pipe, and we'll take a look. So, being a nocturnal catfish, every few weeks I have to take a look at him to make sure he's doing okay, because I wouldn't know otherwise. Just going to show him to you here. He looks fine. How's your belly? Don't spine me. He's got a couple big spines there. Okay, belly looks good. Here he is, just trying to get you a look at this super unique, interesting African catfish, which I'm going to let go now just because I don't want to disturb him too much. Oh, he came out. Thank you. And he's gone. Anyway, that was the look. Aspadorus rokai. Very rare, very new, hard to get, and just as peaceful and active and hardy and charming as all the other Aspadorus, the Ramundi, the Spilotus, all the rest of them. Neat little active fish if you like Corydoras, but you want something that's more active. I would recommend these. Also very easy to breed, very easy to raise. Love to be in groups. I highly recommend getting a big group of these. Please don't only get 1 or 2 or even 3. They're really going to want to be in as big a horde as possible. And they like flow. These guys come from rivers. They like a lot of flow, so that air stone's really boiling. Anyways, Aspadorus rokai, for all you Corydoras and Aspadorus fans out there, you'll know what this is. Alright, this fish is a very special fish. This is a gourami, but it's not like any gourami you've ever seen before. This is the crocodile pikehead. Sometimes it's called the emerald pikehead. Luciocephalus pulcher. What this is a gourami that has evolved into a predator. It's basically become a pike. It has a massive mouth And a little later on, we'll show you some that are yawning, and you'll get a sense of how big their mouth is. What they do is they're a kind of a sit-and-wait predator. They will very slowly stalk up to their prey, and then suddenly they open their mouth, and it's like just a fraction of the second. You can't see it with the naked eye. It's so fast. But the mouth becomes, I don't know, 6 times, 7 times its normal size in a flash. Creates a very strong vacuum, sucks the prey animal into its mouth, and that's how this fish hunts. So it's a gourami. It goes up, it will take breaths of air like any other gourami or anabantoid type fish, but it's a stone cold predator. Now they're beautiful, they're peaceful among themselves. They won't bother any fish that they can't, eat. So they can be in a community tank and they can be in a group. However, they're pretty dedicated as predators. That being said, we have successfully transitioned them to bloodworms, which is why during this whole video I've been showing you them eating bloodworms, because there's a lot of literature out there that says you have to feed them live fish and they'll only eat live fish or shrimp and things like that. But that's not true. With a lot of patience and some work, you can get them to eat bloodworms. So we've got this whole montage of that happening as proof that actually happens. They have a reputation for being very delicate, and that is true when they're newly imported. Once they've settled in and they've become accustomed to life in aquariums, they're actually fairly hardy. So that's been my experience with this fish. I think they're just so unique, such a different type of animal. Wow, look at the string of poop on that lady. That is impressive. Holy cow, it's 5 times as long as she is. You go, girl. Anyway, these are bleeding heart platies that apparently are eating very well. I like this group. There goes the string of poop, just sinking to the bottom. I like this group of fish a lot. Often you get bleeding heart platies in and they're kind of muddy and they are not impressively colored. But these, look at them, they're great. My kids have a song that we made up on a long road trip once about fish with strings of poop. It goes something like this. Fishy, 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 fishy. Tell me how'd that poop get so long? My fishy had a string of poop. It was so long it made a loop. And then I don't remember the rest. But anyway, to the tune of Jolene. Thank you, Dolly Parton. You have inspired greatness. Another fish that I commonly show on these tours just because I like it so much. This is Oryzius montanensis. This is the Matano rice fish. It's endemic to Lake Matano in Sulawesi. And they're just such a neat kind of rice fish. Now, don't get me wrong. I like myself a nice Medaka or Japanese rice fish as well, or a Daisy's rice fish, Wawarai, any of those. I like them all. But these are something special. They're just hard to find. I'd love to get populations going in the United States in aquariums that are being bred and distributed. They have that bright glowing blue eye, just like a lamp-eyed killifish. And they're not showing it now, but they actually develop some neat patterning and coloring. Well, if you like this kind of video, if you're enjoying this, would you take a minute to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on stuff? That would be awesome. Let's look at more fish. All right, here's a tank of neon green Cubitai Rasboras, and they are on top of some pretty rare corridors. This is the CW27. I just wanted to show you how green these are and show you the body condition. Fat bellies, good health, fat and sassy, happy fish. These are not pinched, emaciated, unhealthy, stragglers. These are doing great. And are you guys coming out? The cories, they're starting to. These are monsters. They're 2.5 inches. They're built like tanks. Bright orange coloration up top there in front of the dorsal fin. It reminds me of like an Adolphoi or a Duplicarius. Did I say that right? Yeah, I think so. Cory, that nice bright orange kind of, blotch, if you will. And this is just an amazing corridor. And I love them with this green up top. Neon green up top, interesting cory down below. That's a fun aquarium. Melanotinia Postmani from Aves Creek, just starting to color in and settle down. As they settle in, that front half of the fish that's kind of light blue right now will get darker and darker until it's pretty much black. And that yellow on the back end of the fish will get darker and darker until it's orange. It's like a perfect Halloween fish. Now, I'm not saying that to try to sell them because we're close to Halloween, but that's what they remind me of whenever I see them. I'm like, that's a Halloween fish, black on orange. Right now they look like your typical aquarium strain Postmani, light blue with some yellow, but I'm telling you, they're gonna get very dark. Oh, you can see it starting to come in on this guy. See how that orange is starting to come in? I don't think any of them have the black coming in yet though, but it's gonna get there and they'll be stunning. All right, this next fish is for Jeff from Jeff Aquatics. Jeff has been wanting to take a look at the L401 Plecos for quite a while, so let's go take a look. This is for you, Jeff. All right, these are the L401 Plecos from Rio Karua. They're in here with some Devil's Spike snails. And Johnny here is going to flip this plate over. Hey, wait, say hi, Johnny.
How's it going?
Johnny's going to flip this plate over and we're going to see if we can get him. So turn it all the way over so the bottom's pointing to the light. Yeah, there we go. Look at those banded beauties. So these are L401s. And they're not running away. Can you shift the plate so it's even further under the light, like lift it up closer? Yeah. And then tilt it down so I can see him. I'd have scared him off, but that's a good shot right there. There you go. Nice kind of zebra striped banded little pleco, the L401 from Rio Karua. This is just the cutest little group of baby Melanotinia species Kelly Lumpur. Look at these little guys. They just showed up in this tank. This is what rainbow fish do. You move the parents out and a little while later you're walking by the tank and you're like, holy cow, there's a bunch of babies in there. And these are already a 1/4 inch or more, so they're doing really well. And we have been feeding them. We noticed them quite a while ago, but Kelly Lumpur babies. Cute as a button. The last tour we did, we featured the Platinum Rummy-Nose Tetra. So I thought it would only be fair to show you a tank of regular Rummy-Nose Tetra. Also gorgeous. Let's make a weather pattern here. Drop in some food and we'll get a weather pattern. Here we go. The cold front is moving in. There it is. Anyway, I wanted to show you these. Absolutely stunning. Not quite as much iridescence on the body, but big group of these with those bright rummy noses. Not a bad sight at all. Not too shabby at all. The next group of critters I'm going to show you are not fish, they are shrimp. We've started bringing in some of the more rare tropical Caridina type shrimp, like the Sulawesi type shrimps. So I'm going to get my arm wet, so I've got my towel here. I've got to go get in that tank so I can show them to you. Let's go look at some cool shrimp. Okay, we're going to start with these guys. These are the Cardinal Shrimp from Sulawesi. Pardon me, I don't remember the scientific name, but they're the ones with the white gloves. We have actually quite a lot of them. The rest are harder to see because they're in the back corner there. But look at them go with their little white gloves. What I think I want to do, and by the way, we have several species of these Sulawesi type shrimp to show you, and some of them have started dropping babies for us, which is super exciting. If we can get colonies going, that would be fantastic. I think what I'm going to try to do here, I'm going to move the light a bit. I'm going to flip this wood over because I think we're going to find a lot of them under the wood. Yeah, check that out. Boom. And then I can bring them close enough that we might be able to get a really good view of them, or put them right under the light maybe. There we go. Anyway, stunning little shrimp. This is one I've been drooling over for years. I love their white little gloves, and the bright red with the dots on them. Whew. at those long antennae. Those are huge. Anyway, really neat, rather rare shrimp. And by the way, ours are doing awesome. Now, we have hard alkaline water, which they like. The lakes they come from are not soft lakes. They have hard alkaline lakes. And our temperature is 79 to 80 degrees, which they like. These like it warmer than your average, say, cherry shrimp. So far, doing great for us. Here we have some Pinocchio shrimp. That string of poop on that one is competing with the Platy. That is rather impressive. Good work. It's that bright red rostrum that sticks out. That's why they call it the Pinocchio shrimp. Another shrimp. This is called the Celebi something shrimp. We don't know what it is exactly. It's called Cardinal species. But these guys are already having babies for us, which is pretty awesome. And they are beautiful. So I'm not sure what we're going to call them. We don't know the correct name for them, but they have these white bands across the body. Red with white bands. Wish I knew what to call them. Like a bee shrimp, kind of? But they're having babies in here, which is very exciting for us. And look at this shrimp. This is different than any other shrimp I've ever seen. They call them the orange bee shrimp. Cardinal Shrimp is the species. And this is what they look like in the wild. This is not a shrimp that has been bred to look like this in aquariums. This is their natural look, this kind of neat orange color. You can see there's lots of sheds in there. They've been growing and shedding regularly. So for those that are new to shrimp, those are not dead shrimp. That's old exoskeleton that they have shed so they can grow. So there you go, the orange bee shrimp, Cardinal Shrimp. Just really unique looking wild type shrimp. One of the most common questions I get asked is, what is that food you're feeding? For the most part, it's Hikari Massivore Delight pellets, which you can buy at our Amazon affiliate link here if you're so interested. Also, we do a live stream every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to join us live, you can ask questions about fish and just join the fish nerds in a big fish geek out session. It's a ton of fun. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, bye-bye.